Hey guys, what's up? It's Bibs7 here again, and welcome to another Runescape vlog. In this one, I'm just going to be killing some Ganodermic beasts, so that's something to look at if you want to watch it, or you could just play Runescape or do whatever you really want to do instead. So yeah, this is pretty much just going to be an update of what I've been up to since I came back and how I'm doing on the whole rebuilding side of things. And I'd say I'm doing pretty well. I might take a trip to the bank at the end of this video, just to show you guys what it is, what I have, but I don't know. I mean, I could stay here for pretty much forever if I wanted to, because I have infinite prayer, and because of infinite prayer I have infinite health, because I have soul split, and it's pretty... Oh, this guy's trying to jack my shit. What a cock stop right here. Ass. This is my... I'm only taking one spawn, and I was here before him. What a douche. I just sit right here and kill this one. And he's really gonna try and like take it. Like, that's not cool, bro. Go over there. You look like you've been over there. But yeah, I finished my dungeoneering. I got my split dragon tooth necklace and my bone crusher, and I wanted it for coming to here to Ganodermic beasts, because that gives me spirit seed. That gives me infinite prayer because they drop big bones, of course, and that'll give me 100 prayer points per kill. And whenever I need health, I can just pop on soul split and then use asphyxiate. And I really don't use very many runes at all, because of course abilities don't use runes. So yeah, it's pretty good, and like almost all their drops are stackable. I brought my yak along because I didn't have him summoned when I came here, but once I got here, I summoned him when my inventory was full, and then I yacked back all the stuff I got. I actually got a rune two-handed sword as a drop earlier, so that was weird. I guess it was a Ring of Wealth drop or something. But yeah, it's pretty good money here, and it's also, it's also pretty relaxed, so I like it, and it's consistent money. Like, you're not trying to get a big drop, like get lucky and get a nice drop to get you money. You pretty much will always make money because of the flakes and the seeds and all the other drops that they drop. So that's one thing I definitely enjoy about them. And the spawns is so quick. I just camped this one spawn, hiding behind this one little fungal growth thing here, and it's real easy and real quick to kill him and then like pretty much right when I get back in my position, he'll spawn in again, and it's real easy to camp. So I like it, and I know these mushrooms aren't worth much, but I'm just kind of collecting them. I don't know, they're stacks, so I think why not, you know, might as well. And asphyxiate has a really fast cooldown, only 20 seconds, and I can pretty much use it once per kill. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I've been doing. Yay, more flakes. And this is one of the main ways I made money. Pretty much what I did was I was dungeoneering and doing herb runs, like I said. And once I made enough money for pretty much the gear I have on now, full mystic and all this other jazz, it's not that much money. It was like, I made like 1 mil off herb runs. And then I bought all this stuff, and I came here. And I stayed here for pretty much, I don't know, how long did I stay here? Until I made around another 1 or 2 mil, and then after that, I bought full Ganodermic. That's what I just waited here until I had full Ganodermic, and then I went to Bandos Gabor's dungeon, and I didn't stay there very long. I think I got 25 boss kills, but one of the kills I got Bandos gloves. And that was pretty nice because that gave me a decent amount of money. That was like 3 mil, I think those were worth. I mean, it could have been better if I got maybe a chest plate or something, but a drop was a drop, and I was happy to get it, so that was pretty nice. I don't know what this guy's doing right now. He's like, he's doing some weird shit. He's doing some shifty business, but it's kind of annoying because like I'm only taking this one spawn up. He's like picking up those neem drop things. For some reason, I don't know. You can easily just hide behind like a wall or a plant or something and safe spot them. So those neem drops are pretty much useless. But I guess, you know, if you feel like it. Ooh, polypore stick. That's like 50k or something. Yak that back. Pretty nice. But yeah, these are pretty decent money, as I said, pretty consistent. And once I left Bandos, I decided I'd look into the new update with the Ascension crossbow and all of the new Ascension, you know, dungeon, and pretty much the new range dungeon that just came out, and it ended up being pretty decent money because you could just camp in there. Because I bought a royal crossbow with some of the money I got from Bandos God Wars dungeon. I bought a royal crossbow, went to the QBD, charged it up, and I actually got a Dragonbone upgrade kit on the first and only kill I did of the QBD, which was pretty funny, and that sold for it wasn't too much. I think it was like probably only 150k or something, but it was still pretty hilarious to get, and a nice little extra bonus of something. So let me go ahead and pull up my screenshots, because I actually have a decent amount of screenshots already. Make sure I keep killing this thing. Okay, where's my screenshots? Here we are. So the first kill I got here at Gano Beasts, literally the first drop I got, and I thought this was hilarious because I think this is supposed to be like super rare. But I got a Vecna skull. That was my first kill on the of the Gano Beasts, and I thought that was pretty funny. And I'm not really sure. I forget. I don't think I even sold it. I think I still have it in my bank. I'm not really sure how much it is though. I don't think it's too expensive, but I'm pretty sure I didn't sell it yet. I probably should though, because I'm not going to use it. And then there's the Dragonbone upgrade kit, which was pretty random, but also pretty funny to get that. And you can see there's my royal crossbow that I charged. And then here I was watching videos as I did Bandos. But I got the Bandos gloves, which was a pretty nice surprise because that was pretty early on in the trip that I got those. Like probably only like my 7th kill or so. And it was pretty cool. And then next I got a Godsword Shard 3 also at Bandos, which was kind of a troll, but it's pretty I think it's pretty rare to get Godsword Shards from the boss itself, so it's kind of interesting. Ooh, papaya tree seed, nice. But yeah, that's another drop I got. And then I think next up is where it gets into the range dungeon, because I was just camping the little minions in there to get the keystones and then selling them, because those are obviously going to crash because everyone's all in a big hype about the new crossbow, and the people that are rich are just buying the keys to kill the boss, and I mean to kill the bosses plural, but the people who aren't so rich could just camp the little minions, and they drop the keys fairly often. I'm pretty sure it was more often before, but they nerfed it a little bit, but it's still decently often. And when I was doing it, they were worth about 1 mil each ish, you know, like an average, which was pretty damn nice for where I was at the time. I didn't have that much money, and I could just use my royal crossbow there because of the fact that they were pretty they're pretty weak to range, obviously, because they're all mage sort of based. And I stayed there for quite a while. Damn, I always think those are magic seeds, but they never are, and it's depressing. But you know, oh well, I'll survive. All right, but yeah, then I just took a lot of screenshots. I only started taking screenshots a little bit like later. I like missed like 3 or 4 keys probably in here, but there was just a ton. I got all these Ascension keystones, and then back to the Vecna skull. So that's pretty much what I've been doing to get my money. Is I did Ganos, then I went to Bandos, and then I went to the Ascension place. I think there's a few of those crossbows in the game now, though. So there's probably like a decent amount now. So the keys are probably going to start dropping, as people won't be as willing to pay a ton of money for a key now that they won't get the good money from the crossbow in return. When it first came out, it was like over $1 bill for the crossbow, because nobody could really get it for a little while until someone killed enough bosses to get each key piece, or each crossbow piece, sorry, and that's why the keys were going for so much, because someone wanted to be that first person to get the crossbow, and to do that you had to buy the keys. So it was pretty crazy for the beginning there, when it first came out, and it was good money for me, so I was pretty happy with it. And yeah, after that I just decided to come back here and continue doing some more Gano Beasts, because I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of doing Bandos in Mage, because you kind of have to pay a little bit more attention. I'd really rather prefer to do it with maybe a little bit higher level mage gear with like a wand and book, and then I could just use the dual wield and then pretty easily AFK. I was using the Blood Barrage. I don't know what they changed Blood Barrage to, but I was using Blood Barrage there. I don't remember the name of the new spell, but I was using that there, and that was making it pretty easy to camp. So I wasn't losing too much food, but had to eat every now and then. But yeah, it was pretty good for. It's pretty efficient, I think. I killed it really quick with mage because Bandos no longer has any weaknesses since I don't know when they changed that. I thought he was always weak to slash previously, but not anymore. So I'm not really sure what he's weak to, but I'm not really concerned with that too much, to be honest. But let me think. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember what it was. Something about Bandos too. I completely forget. But that's basically what I've been doing. I haven't done much else. So I don't play that as much as I used to. I don't play like all day. I've been playing a lot of other games. Like I've recorded already 3 episodes of that game Gunpoint, because I think that game's really fun and really funny. And as they introduce new mechanics, the puzzles get more complex, and I think it's pretty cool. So probably will get that LP done pretty fast because I'm really enjoying the game. I think this blog is going to be uploaded the day after it's recorded, because today is Thursday, and I think I'm going to upload it on Friday because I'm going to upload episode 2 of Inferno Mines tonight. So yeah, and I figured out that I need around 100 mil to buy a Drygore set. I think I can get rapiers with that or maces, but the long swords are the most expensive now for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But I think I'll just go for the rapiers again, probably, because I don't know, they're a little bit cheaper than the longswords and better than the maces, I think. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for some more Drago rapiers, but I do need to obviously get 100 mil before I do that, so could be a little while. But maybe in a week, maybe 2 weeks, I'll have it, so shouldn't be too long. And then I'll start up the Calphite King series again. I don't know if you have to do a different tactic now because of the changes to the EOC. Maybe you have to tribrid it. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research before I start that back up. And I might start back up the barrows pretty soon as well. But that might be a little bit later on in the future. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll just give you guys a quick little look into my money pouch. And I also have a royal crossbow, full Ganodermic at the bank, and probably made like 1 or 2 mil more in other stuff. So I have a decent amount of money now. Money pouch is at 12 mil, so I have around 20 mil total, so that's pretty good. Doing decently on the rebuilding, and hopefully it'll just continue to go up as rapidly as it has been, and I'll have my Drygores before I know it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you probably tomorrow for some more Gunpoint. Peace!